When I'm all alone, don't call me on the phone to tell me you're alone. Billy Idol. Hey, can you survive without preps? That's the topic. Can you? I don't go anywhere without stuff. Like, I don't go anywhere without stuff. And the one thing that is good for myself, and I can teach others, and it's real easy, how to defend yourself. And do you have that mindset? Now, that's not just the first step of that, okay? So just bear with me for a sec. Self-defense. Can you, and are you willing? And if you are in a situation, can you fight back? If you are being attacked and you don't know anything, at least you can bite them, Well, you're getting a chunk plugged out of you. Or, you could go back to the Three Stooges and just poke them in the eyes or something, right? Now, I do have self-defense videos where Sippy wanted me to teach her a lot of the stuff that I knew. So we used to go to the gym every single morning and do these same routines. And I would walk her through all sorts of fun stuff that would get her out of a pinch. And it's paid off because her muscle memory has paid off, and she has to use it sometimes in her line of work to move folks around, because they do tend to get a lot of really high, jacked up people in that place. So there's nothing you can do, but you have to be able to defend yourself. You have to know how to manipulate the body and make it move around. So small joint manipulation and stuff like that. Now that's just self-defense stuff. Like, can you survive without a gun? If you didn't have a pistol in your pocket, let's say, okay, you do have a pocket knife. All right, let's give you something. Pretend you didn't have anything. Could you survive? There's a lot of tough guys out there that would say right off the bat, it's like, oh, yeah, I could do it. But when push comes to shove, most of them run away. I was in a situation one time. I was young. I think I was like 13, 14, something like that. I can't remember. Middle of the road, there was a guy, and he came up as if he was our friend. This is just a scenario. Came up, my buddies were with me. One guy, he's bigger, taller than me. And he came up, he grabbed me and put a knife to my throat. My friends, you know what they did? Every one of them ran away. Every one of them. And I was left there emptying my pockets for this guy. And I went to grab my knife to try and defend myself. And it was in my back pocket. And he said, I'll have that too. And he took it. He took my stuff. You know what scared him away and kept him from killing me? It was a soldier that was home on leave. He was riding his crotch rocket down that road, and he saw us, and he went straight for me and scared him off. Now, what would have happened to me if that hadn't happened? I might not be here telling you that story right now. So, thankful for him, somebody was looking over me that night. Now, you might not be in that situation. Somebody might not be able to help you out. But you need to know what to do in those situations. You just prepare yourself. In scenarios now, it would be much easier for me because I know all kinds of techniques now. I know in that situation, I could have applied pressure. I could have pulled him away. I could have dropped. I could have went and grabbed his legs when I dropped and threw him on the ground and then and got away. But I didn't know those things then growing up, but knowing what I know now, I think more or less I was kind of in shock for that. But can you survive without preps? This goes with water, it goes with food, this goes with all those things. Pretend you didn't have a weapon. Could you forge a weapon? That would be the number one thing. Could you forge a weapon? Do you know what it takes to forge a weapon? And can you use that weapon when you make it? Most folks would say, yeah, I would go make a bow and I'd make some arrows. Okay. So if they dropped you off in the Amazon jungle or something, you're naked and afraid. What would you do? Are you going to build a bow? And do you know how to use it? Do you know how to build a bow? You should try. If you don't have these skills, you should pick them up and start playing with them. That goes with like slingshots and all that stuff. It does not have to be, I'm not anti-firearm or anything. Y'all know that. I mean, I got reloading equipment right here. I reload all the time. I just can't show it on YouTube because they don't allow it. But anyway, so anyway, but say you didn't have anything and you needed to know other things. That's something you need to work on yourself. You'll have to train for that. Basic survival skills, and I'm going to get to some stuff that involves criminal activities for other folks, because happens all the time in cities. And I hear about it on the news constantly from the cities that these crimes take place, and this is how criminals get armed. And you wouldn't believe how many vehicles get broken into. They literally go around pulling door handles and to see if one would open. And once one opens, they go inside and they take what's inside. And sometimes they get very lucky, not with just pocket change and whatever's under your seat. You know, they get other things like your carry pistol or whatever, because you couldn't bring it inside whatever building you were in at the time. Say the world ended. Let's pretend for a minute that it is World War III. Okay. Well, they've sounded the alarm and stuff. You know, it's, say for example, there's nukes flying and everything, and it's coming to an end, but you ain't ready to go yet, and you don't believe all the hype that, you know, fallout's going to bother you, and you've still got to stay alive, and you're not going to go just off yourself, so you're going to stay alive, right? So let's just pretend for a minute you went on a trip. There's no more flights. There's no more bus rides. There's no more taxi rides. The streets are littered in cars. They're all just parked everywhere. People left their vehicles where they were. And pretend for a minute that no one's coming back. And most of these vehicles are just abandoned. What if you had to use that scenario to go and do some door pulling yourself to be able to survive? You may have to. That may be the case. I've had people actually tell me that they were going to rob their freaking Dollar General store. It's like, I've got a bunch of Dollar Generals and dollar this and dollar that's in my area, and I'm going to go freaking... You do realize there's other people in your area that are probably going to beat you to it. And then when you get there, you better be armed, because you're going to have to... It's going to be another situation you have to deal with. Then you're going to be in the middle of a gunfight with random folks. And I'm not talking about... A lot of people use this term, marauders and stuff. Come on now. You wouldn't call them that until it got like further on. What happens anytime there's a chaotic event? People start looting. What do they steal? They usually go and get TVs. So they don't have the survival best interest. They still think when something bad happens like that, they still think to themselves, it's not about that box of potato chips. It's not about the gallon of milk that's in the fridge. It might be the last gallon of milk ever put on that shelf. That's not what they're thinking about. They're thinking about stuff. Has nothing to do with survival. And most folks that think like that, they think like, well, I got to get the new iPhone. You know what I mean? They don't think about the other stuff. They think about that stuff. They don't focus on that. They don't focus on the actual survival. And survival for them, if it was anything, would be junk food. It'd be candy bars or some junk like that. Or beer. They'll get like the last beer, the last wine, liquor, whatever. That would be the kind of stuff they'd be stealing. Where you have to think about the other stuff. Making water is pretty simple. And if you had to do it, let's say worst case scenario, if all that was left was a radiator from an old car, would you be able to straight? Can you distill that? Yes, you can distill it, and believe it or not, it's crazy, but not good for you, but you can distill it. that's when you have to build. Now, you don't have to have the old copper tube type stuff. I'm just telling you something. I mean, because you would normally use rock and sand and, you know, bandana and that kind of thing, but you still want to boil it. No matter what you grab, you're still going to boil that water. Water is going to be the key to survival. If you had to do that, but you would be able to build not a solar steel, because solar steel, like kind of like where you dig a hole, or you dig a hole in the ground, and then you put a plastic bag over the top of it, and then you've got something weighting it down in the middle, like a pebble, and it all starts to pull out of the ground, and then come to the top of that plastic, and then fall into the cup you've laid there. That's just a steel. Now, if you were to take, for example, if you had to take something like all that's left in the middle of nowhere was this stranded vehicle and a radiator, and you needed to drain all the fluids out of it, okay? Drain all the fluids out, and then you got yourself some way of boiling it, and you're boiling it. You gotta have something that catches what comes up from it and catches it the same way. So that would be the technique, and I wouldn't know what you would be working with, because if you're dealing with old vehicles, chances are you can get an old breather cap or something like that. It's metal, if you've got something like that handy, but in most cases, you might be just stuck with plastic parts. So, but you can still make those work because they can take extreme heat because they're designed to go under a car hood. So if you have to deal with plastic, plastic will still work, but, you know, I'm just saying. But that's just the idea for water. And food, same thing applies. But you might have to apply yourself if you ended up in those situations. Making food in the apocalypse, using an old car for a dehydrator. Old car left out in the sun would work great to dehydrate stuff. So you work with food preparations. You could also, you know, apply that in different situations, because you can't think, because the bullets run out and nobody's going to be shooting at one another that much. You're all going to just run out of bullets. Some of you might be just dealing with, like, I got like a box of bullets. It's right here and there's my gun. You know what I mean? Some folks might be in that situation where they don't have a lot of resources or supplies. They can't afford to pile up a bunch of junk that's going to be there when the balloon goes up. You got to make sure that you've got what you need. But even if you didn't have that, I mean, most folks that say they're going to bug in, that say they're going to stay home, run out of supplies. And that's what, something makes them leave. And it's not because they wanted to, it's because they had to. And that's usually what you have to focus on. If you had to take your preps with you, if you took ammo, guns, and all that stuff, you took food, water, yada, yada. If you took those types of supplies with you in a bug out type vehicle and you took off down the road, are you ready for what you come across when everybody knows to stay off the road? If you've ever watched The Road, just stay off the road. But what you have with you, will it get taken? Will your vehicle get wrecked? Will you end up with two flats and, you know, that kind of thing? And then are you prepared for what happens after that? Can you swap things out? There is a lot to think about, and you can't really just base it off of what you have. And I could walk through preps all day long. You know, I could come to you as an AI generated cartoon character and not show you anything that I've collected myself. And that is the thing. I am a human, I am real, and I have really done things. I am here. There are others that are not, okay? Who would you rather take that advice from, to be honest? Would you rather take it from an artificially generated cartoon or a human, a living, breathing human that knows how to live and knows what doesn't feel good and knows what's okay what's bad, and how to do things. So that's the thing. Experience, skills, someone who's really lived it. That's what you want. You don't want fake. Anyways, that's my 2 cents towards the end. And y'all keep Sippy in your prayers. She lost her grandfather the other day, and I just wanted to add that tidbit because it's important. And we're doing okay, and we'll be all right. So God bless you guys, and stay safe, stay sane.